Hello. Hello to all my YouTube fans out there. I'm saying that because I'm being positive and I want my channel to grow. So I welcome you to my channel. TT, there's only one, and that's me. I hope you guys are having a good Thursday. It felt kind of chilly this morning, but it got on up there a little bit. It got a little warm. And that's okay. I'm going to welcome the wintertime in. I don't know about y'all. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a good day. If you will, do me a favor and click on the like button and the subscribe button and the share button. If you don't mind, I'd like my channel to grow, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, before I hopped on here, I was trying to figure out what I could talk about, and it hit me before I started the video. It's a very touchy subject for me. It's a very sensitive subject for me. It's about marriage. And I just wanted to talk about it for a few minutes. I need to get some things off my chest, and I'd like to, God forbid, don't think that I'm a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anything like that, and I know all things about marriage, because you'd be barking up the wrong tree if you think that, because I'm just coming on here to just give my story. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, my story. So, yeah, with further ado, we're going to hop right in here and talk about it a few minutes. Me and my husband, we have been married for 20 years. And I love him to pieces with all of my heart. And when I get through telling you that, you're going to think, well, then why did you do what you done? So let's get right on in it, shall we? It goes back to like 2.5, maybe 3 years now. It's coming up on 3 years, I would think. And I don't know. The devil was just all over my back at the time. And I call it his fault, because it is his fault. He's a liar. He's a thief, and he'll try to destroy you in any way that he can. And sometimes he does. So, like I said, me and my husband have been married for 20 years. And I don't know, it's like the devil found a loophole in my marriage, and he took advantage of it, and took advantage of me. So, don't get me wrong, my husband, he is a good husband. I mean, he's just a good husband. He's a wonderful husband. And what I did was wrong. And I'll be the first one to admit that. I did something very bad that I shouldn't have done. Instead of talking it out with my husband, I committed adultery. There I said it. I committed adultery. And I committed adultery with my ex-husband. And I guess I felt like I wasn't being appreciated by my husband. Excuse me. And I just went out on a limb, and I just got back with my ex-husband, and it lasted 8 months. And my husband found out about it. And it almost cost me my marriage. Which, I mean, on his part, I don't blame him at all. Because what I did was unforgivable. But my husband, we had a very long conversation. And when he found out, he more or less walked out on me and went up to our church that we had attended. And I left because I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I was between a rock and a hard place. I mean, the devil just had me right where he wanted me. So, when I came back home, which is home, here at home, me and my husband, we had it wasn't what you call a knockdown, drag out. It was just, there was pain, there was hurt, there was what I think my marriage couldn't mend, but I hurt my husband terribly. When I didn't think he loved me, he showed his pain through his tears, which broke my heart into pieces. I shared those same tears with him. We had a hard 2 years. We had a hard 2 years discussing it. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're in a relationship and you're married, don't go out here and do what I did. Don't go out here and let the devil destroy what you and your husband have put together after so many years. I know that marriage is not easy. Marriage is hard sometimes, but there's also good times in your marriage. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to make a marriage work. It takes 2 people. It takes 2 people in a marriage to come together and meet each other halfway. And talking about it, and if you have to talk about it till sun comes up, by all means, that's the thing that you need to do. Pray about it. Keep God in the midst of your marriage, in your relationship. God, had it not been for God, me and my husband would not be together today. We would be going this way and that. He'd be going one way, I'd be going the other, and we'd be divorced today. And luckily, thankfully, my husband let me come home, and we talked, like I said, and there was forgiveness. It took a lot of time. It took some time, and it's still taking some time for his broken heart to mend. God has helped him. I have worked with him. I have helped him, and I have, showed him love, and let's just put it this way. I learned a valuable lesson. I never seen my husband so hurt in all my life until the night that we talked about it. There were tears flowing. There was nothing but pain. The devil had him. The devil had me. And what I didn't do is I didn't talk about my feelings toward my husband before I did what I did. And had I done that, we wouldn't have had this problem, I don't believe. We would still be okay. I mean, he trusted me. And that's another thing. A marriage is based on trust and love, commitment, and it's based on God's word. You have to have all that ingredients combined into one to make a marriage work. And I thank God that we're still together. Yes, we are still together. We are still married, and like I said, it's been a rocky road. And I did not want it to end. I did not want a divorce. By all means, I wanted to stay together and work it out, and that's what we did. We are still together, and it will eventually come up once in a while about what happened, but then, we deal with it and we go on. We show each other our love. You have to show one another love. You have to have this communication. You have to have communication and love and trust in order to be able to keep the marriage together. And God is number one in our lives anymore. Well, he's been number one, but he's more number one now than he ever could be. And don't go out on a limb and go out and just because something's not right in your marriage, that's the time you need to talk to your spouse. You need to let him or her say, honey, we need to sit down, we need to talk about this. This is something that's on my mind, and we need to deal with it. Deal with the situation. Talk to each other. Talk it out. Because that's what a marriage is about. And if you have to go to your pastor, sometimes it takes going to somebody and talking to them. A minister, pastor, not pastor. I'm thinking about a pastor back here behind my house. No, pastor of a church. If you don't want to do that, then just talk amongst each other behind closed doors at your home. Do that. Me and my husband, we have gotten much stronger than what it used to be. We were strong in the beginning of our marriage. We had some ups and downs, but I just don't know. The devil just tried to destroy my joy, my love, my happiness with my husband, and he almost did. Like I said. By the way, that's still good Kool-Aid. And that is watermelon Kool-Aid. And that's the bomb. I feel like a child when I'm drinking that. But anyway, back to the subject of what I was talking about. Marriage is two people that God has put together to love one another through good times and through bad times. And just remember, when you're dating, and then when your fiance proposes to you, you get that ring on your finger, think about things before you rush out and do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. Because I did that. And I regret it. I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Think about the situation before you go out here and do something wrong. And his heart is still mending, like I said. He's still taking some time, which I have allowed for that time, and I'm still helping him. I tell him every day, all throughout the day, I love you. I'm glad that you're still here. I thank God for you every day. And I do. I thank God for my husband every single day. Every day we wake up, I love you, honey. I miss you, honey. I hope you're having a good day, honey. I do that because it's the truth. It's the truth coming from my heart. And I I want my husband to believe that. I want him to believe me because it's truth. The Lord lays it on my heart too. Talk to your husband. It's time to send him a little love note through to his phone. Do something on the side that's going to be a little special. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Just a little note in their lunchbox. A little peck on the lips. A little peck on the cheek. A hug. Just the most teeniest, tiniest thing can, oh my word, it can mean so much to that person. Just, I hope you're having a good day, honey, or darling, or whatever you call your spouse. That makes that person feel, hey, I'm appreciated, I'm loved, and it makes me feel good because I know that what I'm doing is helping my husband feel better, helping his heart feel better, giving him that knowledge to know that, hey, I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not. I made a promise to myself, a promise to the Lord, and a promise to my husband that I would never do that again, and I won't. My heart loves my husband. My heart just, I don't know where I'd be without my husband. No, I'd be dead. I'd be dead without my husband because when I met him, I almost didn't get together with him. I almost just let it go. But a friend of mine encouraged me and said, yeah, you need to go for it. You need to get with him. And I did. I did. And you know what? It turned out to be a wonderful relationship. After a while, I was a little skeptical. I just got out of a bad marriage and I don't know, that type thing. But then again, I said, I'm going to go for it, and whatever happens is going to have to happen. So I did. We got together. We dated for about 3 years. We lived in a camper for about 3 years, and then we moved up here to our home now, in a mobile home. We moved here, stayed up here for about 3 years, and then he put a ring on my finger. And then after that, we found someone to marry us, and we got married in our mobile home. In our home, standing right over there in front of our heater. We got married. And that was the best. That was the best time of my life. Giving my husband my heart. And our wedding vows. The first thing that was the best time was giving my heart to the Lord. The second best was giving my heart to my husband. In which I almost lost because of my stupidity. I'll be right back, guys. Hang right there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Had to go get some tissue. But the first best thing was giving my heart to the Lord. The second best thing was giving my heart to my husband. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get situated here. Uh, uh, excuse me, y'all. Yes. We've been going strong now for 20 years. And after my infidelity, it was a very rocky road for 2.5 years. And, my husband was on the verge of leaving me. And he almost did. He had got a lawyer and was ready to divorce me and move on. And I just opened my eyes. God opened my eyes and said, you are about to lose the best person you've ever had in your life. And that's true. I almost lost my husband. And God gave him the strength to help him to forgive me so that we could get things straightened out in our lives, in our marriage. And we finally did. And now our marriage, I feel, is stronger and more connected because of the love of Jesus Christ. And every day we bless our food together. I'm up with him at 5 o'clock making coffee, and we're laughing and carrying on together. And I mean, it's a wonderful thing. So please take my words for what they are. Whether you're male, female, whatnot, before you make that move towards infidelity, please think about what you're doing, because the grass is not as green on the other side as what you might think it will be. No, it is not. I found out the hard way. Like I said, I almost lost my marriage because of it. And it is not. It is not. If you have a good marriage, if you have a good husband, a good wife, hang on to that person as long as God will let you. As long as He will let you. Because life is so short. Life is just short, people. I'm telling you. I've learned a lot in my life. Since me and my husband have been together, I couldn't ask for no better man. He treats me right. He treats me with respect. He treats me with all the love that he has in his heart for me. We do things together more than what we used to, which is a plus. It's just, I am happy now. I am happy because my husband shows me love, shows me hope, shows me everything there is to show in a marriage. I'm happy because I get to make him happy. I make him smile on a daily basis. I make him, it's not to where, oh, he just dreads to come home to a wife like me. It's not like that at all. It's every time he walks through the door, I ask, how has your day been, honey? And I'll help him. I'll take his lunchbox out of his hand and I'll walk up the steps because I know he's tired. I know he's worked hard today. And I do little bitty things like that because in the long run, it's been worth it. It's worth it. You may think I'm crazy. You may think what I'm saying is ridiculous, crazy, and retarded, and everything else to put with it, but it's not. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to do things for your spouse, to keep that love flowing, to keep that marriage going strong and stronger and stronger on a daily basis. I'm happy. I'm happy, but I'm just happy in my marriage. I mean, I wanted to share that with you. No psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever you want to call them. I'm not one of those. I just had to come on here and tell you my story, what happened to me, what almost happened to me. And it's something I don't take lightly. Marriage is a gift from God, and we thank God every day for what we have. And if you don't have God first and foremost in your life, or you don't know Him as your personal Lord and Savior, today is the day of salvation, people. My friends, my YouTube buddies, today's the day you ask Jesus Christ into your heart and live for Him today and every day for the rest of your life, however long that God gives you. And marriage is something that is valuable. Well, I take that back. Valuable as far as love goes, but you can't put a price on love. You cannot put a price on that because, and like I said, it is a gift from God. He puts you with that person that He wants you to be with as your soulmate. And without that, I don't believe a marriage could stand anything. But as long as you have God in the midst of your marriage, you pray, you pray together, you bless your food together, and you thank God for everything that you have, even your own spouse. You thank God for your spouse every day. Do that. Do the little things that I spoke about. Do those little things, and I promise you, you'll have a wonderful and happy marriage. And all. So I'm trying to make sure I don't leave anything out. I'm thinking for just a second. Just, if you have a good marriage or a great marriage going on right now, and everything's good from the time you got married, that is wonderful. Just keep God in the midst of that. Make God be first. Let God be first and foremost in your life and in your marriage. Because without Him, the devil's going to try to destroy anything and all things that are connected to your marriage. And he will, because he laughs at you. He laughed at me. He thought it was funny. He just knowed he done had my marriage in a barrel and done had the lid flopped over on top of it and sealed tight. But we managed to beat this thing together. We managed to stay together. We managed to work it out. We managed to talk it out, and all that, and all that. And now we couldn't be more happier than we ever have. And believe me, I hated to do what I did. I despised myself for a long time, and sometimes I still do. I hated myself. I hated me. I hated me because I went out and done something that I shouldn't have done. I should have just went ahead and talked to my husband. Went ahead and just prayed with my husband beforehand, before that ever happened. But I didn't. I let the devil lead me astray from the Lord and from my husband. And that's where he got that notion. He found that loophole and he jumped right clean through it. And I hated myself for a long time. And sometimes I still do. Because I think about what could have happened. I don't like to talk about this. I haven't talked about this to anybody. But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share this story this time with you all to let you know there are circumstances. There are consequences when you do stuff like that. And for those of you that have had siblings to do that to you and it didn't work out, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I wished you could have. And then some of you have and worked out and everything went fine. That's wonderful. God bless your marriage, you and your marriage. But when it all ends and the tears are dried up, I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's a terrible decision. It's straight out of hell from Satan. I hated what I done. It was wrong. Please, if you don't take heed of what I'm saying right now, please talk to your loved one before you step out on a limb and do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life, like I did. Because it's not. It hurts. I got my share of pain and hurt through what I did. And it's no fun. That road is no fun to go down.